Well, it's June 18th. It's right at 11 o'clock. We're getting started pretty much on the last legs of the journey here. He's got over 1,200 miles done and less than 108 miles to go. That's map miles again. Remember, he's already gone probably 40 miles, 50 miles more than that. And we're not really sure how it ends up in Washington, D.C. We do know, though, that we're going to be meeting up with some people there that are setting things up to meet with some vets and other people. Going to meet with them tomorrow evening after the ride. By that time we should be less than 30 miles from the White House, I guess, and we may break up the last part of the trip into several little rides so that Alan can meet with the different people and they can see his bike and how it works and everything.
Yeah, we're trying to kind of, right now it's all logistics, trying to get into the right spot at the right time, meet up with Diane, trying to get a hold of Kelly. She's running camp right now, so things are nuts at DASA, and so hopefully we can get in touch with her and we're just going to maximize our usefulness once we get into DC, and I'm trying right now to just get as much done as I can every day so I can get up there, and that way we can get to work, and then once we get out to, and once we get down there, then it'll be the shoot out to the coast. We got to try and talk to some bike shops and see if we can get a better map, but I think once because we don't have any real idea what we're going to do once we get to DC, so then, but it looks like maybe 2 to 3 days afterwards, and we're trying to end at water on the 29th.
Take a bath in the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
It's about 5 minutes after 11 when he actually got started. It's a little later than that now, but I'm at about a half mile into it, into the trip. It's June the 18th. Alan's just slightly behind me. So I just wanted to show you a little bit where we got started off. Yesterday I couldn't take too many pictures because it was the batteries run down and forgot to plug them in, working on the upload. So try to get a little more of the scenery today. Well, it's not quite 11:30 on the 18th, and he just passed 2.5 miles. A nice little house there, and there. So we got another 1.5 miles, and we'll be at our next turn. So I'm going to get down there because it looks like it's all downhill, and he'll beat me down there if I don't get on. This is about 3.5 miles. Alan's right behind me. I'll get up here to the next intersection. I want to make sure I get there. He was on the phone conversation with Andrea. Last night it looked like she wasn't going to be able to make it. Now it looks like she is going to be able to. So that should brighten up the day. Well, we're at 4 miles and it's about 11:45. You got anything to say, Curly?
Andrea said that she's able to come out, so I will have my family out there on the beach, so that's yay.
Big deal. Big deal. I mean, it looked pretty pessimistic last night.
Yeah, I was trying really hard, but it was definitely a bummer. I was praying about it, but that one's a hard one. But yeah, I mean, sometimes it's not always easy to accept. It's life on life's terms.
It's about not quite 10 to 12. I just passed Alan a couple of seconds ago, and I guess this area isn't what I have, but the area that we had just gone through was obviously, there was gated communities and stuff. We're south of Frederickstown right now, Ferdricksburg rather, and we're moving towards it. And as we go north of there, we're really getting awful close to, I'm sure, what's considered the suburbs of Washington, D.C., the Maryland, Virginia border. So even though you got to remember, being 40 miles out, it's like being 40 miles out of the center of St. Louis. You're not really all that far from the main part of the city. Yeah, another thing we noticed this morning, here comes that little church on the side with the cemetery, is that, you know, it's all swampy in here. You know, if I just passed the spot, I went by it, couldn't get to take a picture, but it was, we passed a number of areas where it's basically just swamp now. Washington, D.C. itself was built on swamp. Well, I'm sitting a little over 8 miles into the ride. Alan's back behind me, probably a mile and a half, but I decided I'd take this. This is the elementary school here, brand new one, looks like. Again, I think the whole area is changing. It's very wooded around here. This is about 7 miles, and again, just kind of showing the difference of wooded. And I don't know if you can see those trees. I passed an area earlier where there was a lot of them laying twisted around. I'm sure that tornadoes have come through. So at least it was when I was down in Mississippi and Louisiana. That's what caused that usually. Not sure where they were going, but they were starting to make a lot of noise. I'm going back up to Catch Allen. I wanted to go down and check the road, and it's a good thing I did, because there was, we turned on 608, joins Highway 17 for a little bit, but there was no sign there at the turn. I'm not sure what, people take them down, or they're not allowed to put them, but there was nothing to indicate that that was the right turn. And really there wasn't another arrow until I got down to where 608 was, where we turned back onto it. So it gives you a little pause, you know, to try to figure out what's going on. Coming Allen, I met him, he's a little over 6 miles, almost 6.5 probably. He was waving at us. I'm going to turn around up here so I get back up there. So we're at the intersection of 608 where we got a turn in 17. Allen just went zipping by. I mean, he couldn't really do much else. There's all kinds of traffic coming down the hill at the highway. So he should be coming back around here in a moment. Back up the road. Kind of interesting on the highway again, huh? Yeah. On over there for about 1.5 miles. I'll catch you.
Yeah, I thought you were flagging me off of this turn.
No. Well, I'm sitting here at the 9.5 mile mark of the railroad crossing, and this is where we have to turn, and by golly, if it didn't have a train coming, close the crossing. Nice, coming the other way behind me. It's 12:20, and this is the 9.5 mile mark. We're about 7 miles from Ferdricksburg. Across the railroad track that I can run over, we'll be all set. Yes, let him go by. This is about 13.5, 14 miles. I guess I'm going back to get out. I wanted to check, see how we're starting to miss the signs for the cycle route. I wanted to make sure where our next turn is. Here he comes now. Well, it's about 12, 20, 35. This is about 12 miles. In a half mile, you're going to turn left. Half mile, you're going to turn left. I'll be down there. There ain't no signs lately. Yeah, well, it's not quite 10 to 1. We're at 12.5 miles, except we missed it. It wasn't marked, and we were roaring down a hill and lots of traffic. So he went a half a mile. Well, he went total round trip a half mile extra to get up to here. But this is the Ferdricksburg Spotsylvania National Military Park. I know Spotsylvania was a big thing during the Civil War. So yeah, we're going through that, and we'll be in Ferdricksburg. Never a dull moment, Troy. Yeah.
Getting strong now.
Well, good. We're going to be in about 2.5 miles, turn on business 1, you know, and be in Frederickstown, or Fredericksburg.
Okay. I can't hear you very well, so I'll just see you there.
Okay.